Coffee Tea.
Hey guys, welcome back to Craft Tea. This is episode 5, right?
Look at you! I think you shot right from the hip with that one. I saw it on your face.
Yeah, I was counting in my head before we started. I was like, what? Yeah, definitely 5. Can't believe that we're actually here already. It honestly went pretty quick.
That means 5 whole weeks have gone by since we started, and I can't believe how fast time goes.
Yeah.
I hate counting it.
It's just yet another way to
Month and a
gauge
week.
time flying. Crazy.
So nuts. What month is it? It's March? Yeah, it's
Yup,
March.
March just started. The weather is...
So tomorrow will be over.
The weather. I don't even know. Usually
The
you could
weather
say it was
outside
kind of
is
breaking,
weather.
but it's going to be 65 here today and rainy, but 45 tomorrow. It was like 28 yesterday, so
And I wore a sweatshirt today.
a little nasally. Both of us, I think, are. I'm definitely ultra nasally from the weekend. That's the recap I think we wanted to start with when we left you guys. It was heading to Florida. First family vacation ever.
Yeah, because Alex has never gone on vacation with us. Alex has gone on work trips with us. And that's it. And she's gone with me to Texas to see my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, that's not a vacation.
Well, the first time that it was just me, you, and Alex doing something relaxing, generally.
Yeah, your family's real relaxing.
My,
Actually, they were.
It was beautiful, though, the wedding, man. It was in Jupiter.
The weather was
and
so nice.
It was the most, usually you get that passing shower and stuff in
We had
Florida.
shorts
and we didn't
on.
even get that. Yep, shorts. It was, when we left, it was freezing. It actually snowed one day here, some flurries while we were away.
Yeah, the whole weekend, I forgot.
But down there, nope, beautiful. But almost too beautiful. So, like, I guess the pollen and everything, it got me good. My allergies.
It did you dirty.
It was like the first day was perfect. Everything was so great. I felt so awesome. And then that night, cold sweats,
That was the worst.
drenched.
Literally, I saw
Like-
your shirt. Your shirt. It was
Like
like
you
wet
could wring
spots.
it out. You could just like wring out my clothes, and it was like a pain. But then you feel good during the day again because it's beautiful out and stuff, and then boom, same thing. 3 nights in a row,
Yeah.
cold sweats.
Because you got up off the bed and went out. And the one night, you poor thing, remember we put the blanket back in Kathy's closet and then you went out on the couch that night and took the curtain
I
down.
slept with a curtain as a blanket because I won't wake anyone up. I will not. It like has to be the end of the world for me to be waking someone up. Sarah yells at me all the time if I've like watched something or if I don't feel good and I'm up and just wake me up. I'll stay up here. I'm like, no way.
I don't say
Never.
that every time.
No,
Sometimes
you
I
don't
would like
say-
you
But
to.
you do sometimes. You're like, no, wake me up. I'm like, I'm not gonna wake you up. No way. Definitely not my sister. Sheesh.
Well, you didn't have
That's
to,
like
like-
wait, that's like poking a bear.
No one asked you to go in there with a trumpet and like a drum and like, hey, I need a blanket. Just stealthily go into her closet, just
No.
slink it out.
Nope, I found a bath towel, and now mind you, I didn't even have like warm clothes because I was drenched, so I had to take my drenched clothes off and wore boxers and a towel and a curtain is what I slept with the one night.
I would have got one of Alex's blankets out of her or whatever you call that big thing, because we upgraded her this year.
Yeah. I don't know.
She's not a pack and play baby no more.
I'll definitely inconvenience myself before I inconvenience somebody else. So, anyway, the wedding though, man, it was like, sheesh.
She pulled
You
out all
could
the
see a
stops.
lighthouse and stuff from where you were sitting, during
The ceremony.
during the ceremony, and then literally everything was all at Pelican Club was the place. If you guys want to like Google it and stuff, whatever, to like see what the view's like.
Beautiful. Right on the water.
but amazing. Yeah, right on the water. And everything's just like right there. So as soon as the ceremony's over, they just open up those glass doors that you're looking at the lighthouse and everything from, and it goes out to the back deck, and that's where the
Gorgeous.
cocktail
I wish we could have had
hour
the
was.
whole reception out there.
And we went out there and then did the whole cocktail hour and everything.
At
And
Beeline,
that
because
was beautiful as the sun was setting. And everybody, we took a couple pictures and stuff with the sun setting. And then when it was time for the reception, the like blinds like just open. And then like where the dinner is set up and stuff. It was all
yep.
just it was crazy. Like you didn't have to go anywhere else. It was like all really awesome.
The cocktail hour was definitely my favorite. Everyone, well, because when you came out, the ladies were there and they were like, here's some drinks. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for that. So got my champagne. Then everyone goes to the food and I'm like, all right, so there's a few tables here that you can, they're high tops. They got fours. We're a whole pack of like 80 people. Beeline right for the nice little setup and stood right in the middle, waiting for someone to get food so I can go get food. And there goes Dominic with his plate looking around. I saw him looking, where's my people? I'm like, bring it in. That was a nice little spot I got. I there was only one of them taken, and there was only like 4 or 5 available, and I found one with a great backdrop so we could take our pictures. We can all sit and hang out. And then my anxiety drops a lot because we got a home base. And then we filled up on lobster mac and cheese. Oh, so good.
Yeah, everything.
And champagne. Lobster
everything
mac
was
and
so
cheese and
perfect.
champagne.
They had a robot came later. Big dancing robot. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the whole wedding was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. The 360 DJ.
Did you see everyone got their videos? Did you?
I posted ours.
I've been busy. I don't get to see anything on Facebook
She
when I
asked
go on.
me if I got the video. The world, and by the world, whoever follows me, which is not that many people, saw it.
Don't give me that
already.
look. I'm busy. I never get to just scroll Facebook. Like, it's very seldom that I get to just, for no reason, scroll Facebook. Usually if I'm on there, I'm in the Glitter Guy group or doing something else in a different group or looking for something that someone told me to look up or that I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't come up on my newsfeed, like, ever. It's probably, you don't like my pictures,
It's
do you?
honestly,
You don't
'cause
like any of
I'm
my
literally
stuff.
not relevant. Like the algorithm puts in your face what is relevant, and
People that
is
like me
not
and you don't like me. You better start interacting with my stuff.
I interact with everything. I care react to everything. All care reacts all the time. If anyone ever checks my history, if you've ever been reacted upon by me, it's a care reaction, I can guarantee you. I don't use likes, I don't use the heart, I don't use the angry
And that care
face,
reaction's Facebook
the
only,
wow
believe
face. Only the care.
me. I know from experience.
It was made for me. I feel if
you and Zuckerberg?
if I want to take the time enough to hold my thumb on your photo, it's because I care. Even if I'm mad. I care enough in anger or I care enough in joy. Care react. It's the only react.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yep. All right. Yeah, so we got back here and
No one came
everybody
to work on Friday.
everybody was sick while we were away.
Patty came on Friday just to get the UPS and USPS picked up.
Yep.
UPS didn't come for 2 days.
What's funny is the day that we got back, we landed and it was like bitter cold and everything, but like my lungs cleared immediately. I was like, holy crap, I can actually breathe.
You were like, that Philadelphia pollution.
Yep.
Get
It
into
just-
my lungs.
All up in here.
That too much fresh air down in Jupiter.
And then I guess the pollution just really got all up in there and then it came right back and now I'm congested again. But nothing, a little Theraflu and what's the other stuff? Dayquil.
I almost said Dayflu.
Yeah. Can't push through. But yeah, man, that's a little bit of a struggle when it comes to trying to run a business and navigate with like sickness and stuff too, because it's like justifying how, you don't want to get everybody else sick, but you also like can't take days off when you own a business too.
Because even we were off from Wednesday to Sunday, physically off, not virtually, of course. And then we come in and Patty called out Monday because she was sick.
Yep.
And she was probably just holding on by a thread Friday anyway, because she's the last one standing when you're here. I come in, had 5 days off, not knowing anything that's happening. I don't print orders normally, so I have to get in there, see what's going on, print all the orders. get everyone situated and still do all the things that I had to do because I was behind on other things too. I was make sure the the new subscription blocks, blah, 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 was ready.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff always gets put on hold. That's like a lot of things that people don't get to see is why things get pushed back like that. And then we're working till 9 p.m., which, you know, me, I don't mind. But
Yep.
it's just all part of the game. When someone goes out sick, it's
And
gotta
then it
double
doesn't
up.
end. Then the next day,
Crystal.
Crystal had to be out. Crystal is who watches Alex at work. So
That's crucial.
if Alex cannot be watched, one of us or there is somebody else here. Sandy can watch Alex too, but we're already
No one else was
behind on
here.
orders and all the processing and everything, so we can't sacrifice another body for that. So I was already still not feeling that well, so then I opted to stay home with Alex on Tuesday, but then that sets things back. That's on my plate.
Yeah. Because you can't even work from home that
as
well
you
with
can
her.
imagine with business owners, mine and Sarah's plates are the fullest plates.
Always.
Yeah, they're never not, you know. And if any one of our plates, I mean, and we try to keep them in as balanced as possible too. So if somebody's plate starts to empty, the other plate starts to. We try to tip, you know, so that we can kind of keep it, eat as even kilter as we can, you know. Sorry, I still need my coffee.
You got a macchiato today. It was a little different.
I did, and
It was a big boy too. Look at that thing.
It's a large.
Large Farva.
I know. I really honestly need all the espresso shots in my Americano, but
Need is a loose term.
I wanted to be able to drink that immediately.
That's cold. That's yucky. Mm-mm. I don't want to drink that anymore. See, that's what happens. Now it's cold and I can't heat it up because I'm not near the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do the same thing again. It was good when it was warm.
So we got through just about everybody being sick.
Hopefully.
Yeah, fingers
I mean, not
crossed.
hopeful that everyone got sick, but you know what I mean.
And that's like fortunately, I guess, better now than next week because honestly, we were supposed to have our mega sale this week. This is what also goes into it's like so much going on
We forgot.
and so many trips. I know. And I do recall that I feel like I brought it up like a week or two ago, but then I forgot again.
I've
so
been
it doesn't
talking
even
about
matter.
it for days, though.
Yep.
Right before my live on Tuesday, me and Patty were mixing some fusions together, and I was even going over things. I'm like, we have to look at what date the mega sale is, Patty, because I think it's next Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no way. And I'm like, no, I really do. And I really, really hope that we made it for the Wednesday after. And I think we did because I remember it being in the teens. Literally don't know what I based that on. Maybe the year before, and we just moved it up. And Patty's like, "Yeah, I think I feel the same way. It's definitely that one." I'm like, "But it really might be next Wednesday, so let's get on it." And me and Patty already had a good idea of what was going to go down. It was just time to do it.
I think it's your birthday sale that we're kind of thrown off because that is in the teens because it's around your birthday. But yeah, we dropped the ball. That's a big ball too. That's like such a big ball because it's the first mega sale of the year.
I'm gonna give that
for a year, and
I'm gonna give that customer something that remembered. She literally came. I mean, I don't know if she watches my Tuesday live all the time or if she tuned in intentionally because it was the Tuesday before the mega sale Wednesday and she wanted all them details. But I am impressed. She's gonna get something today in her email box.
Yeah, she's like, hey,
I was like, Nina, please tell me that your calendar does not say tomorrow's the mega sale.
Yeah,
she was like,
you tell me.
Any details on the mega sale tomorrow? And I'm like, it's not tomorrow. She's like, yeah, tomorrow's March. I'm like, I know. Mm-hmm. I know it's March, but it's not the mega sale. She's like, yes, it is. I'm like, oops. Yep. Everyone on my live was probably dying.
Whoops.
We've never done that before.
No.
I've also I've never traveled this much back to back in a short amount of time. Plus, I've been doing, I don't know, 95% at this point of the expo planning because the biggest thing that has to get done this early is the classrooms.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's mostly me anyway by default.
We're in like a major like planning stage on so many projects now.
Yeah, because we got that thing coming up.
Yeah, we have a couple projects that we can't even talk about right now that we're working on. Then we have like
Top
if you
secret.
watch any of the recent tutorials, the craft rooms utterly gutted. If we've been shooting out in the showroom, half the tutorials, some of the stuff's in like the gutted craft room, so that's got to get swapped. This room is going to be swapped probably by next week's episode.
I'm excited. I hate when everyone
Um,
has to just look at the side of my head.
and then we have Creativation, and then like anybody that doesn't know what Creativation is, that is a craft expo, and it's
Yuck.
like perfect to talk. A perfect little segue here because we're gonna get into the craft expo portion of the show. We got a lot of craft expo stuff to talk about in general. Um, but this one is a expo or an expo for businesses, not for customers. Like traditionally, the expos that I go to or participate in, I'm trying to sell my products to people. I am technically trying to sell my products to people here, but they are people that represent companies. This is more of a B2B or business to business expo.
Yeah, because you have to be a member of the. Is it
You
NAMTA?
don't have to be a member, but it saves you a lot of money. It is not one. It is not like a.
It doesn't make sense not to because I think you go for free with the membership, and the membership was like roughly a little bit less than the ticket price or a little bit more or something like that. Plus, you bring any of your staff with you on it. I
Yeah.
remember that from signing us up the first year because I signed us up for separate accounts, and then I had to email the guy and get everything straightened out.
Yeah. So it is in Columbus, Ohio this year.
Much closer
This
than the
is the
last one.
first time that we are participating with a booth.
Correct. We went as spectators.
Yeah, we went, it was, is it 3 years ago now? 4 years ago?
2020. Right before the world shut down.
Yeah, so,
Lucky them on their date.
well, 2020 was pandemic still, right?
This was right before the world shut down. It was in January, February, or March, one of those.
So it was like pandemic was happening, but not,
No, I don't even think it was on anyone's radar yet. I kind of think it was early February.
I thought it was like in October.
No.
That's when you
Maybe?
started hearing about it. I was at college at the time, and they sent us home. Like school started shutting down in November, I think. And,
Yeah.
They don't have it on Google.
but I knew before that semester ended, everybody was home, and they had shut everything down. I think it was November. Yep, November of 2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what month was it?
November.
Yeah, that's you guys were talking about it in school in November?
Yeah, of 2019, because that's when they were starting to say we may have to shut down the schools.
Wow.
And then, but
We
they
weren't
didn't
even
start-
talking about it so much later over here.
But it was like mid to late November. So then you had December, and then January, presidents started talking about it. Like,
Yeah.
I was one of those people. I was like, 2 weeks, we're fine. It's just gonna be 2 weeks. Everyone's gonna go back to normal. My cousin Michelle was even like, what if a few weeks later she's like, what if they shut down the schools? I'm like, Philadelphia is not gonna shut down the school system. They will send every adult home, but they ain't doing nothing in Philadelphia public schools. Literally 2 or 3 days later, they announced that schools were being shut down for 2 weeks. Every time, 2 weeks, 2 more weeks, just 2 more weeks. That's it. 8 months later, I don't even think they went back for like a year and a half here. And then it was like you could or you didn't have to. Like you still do virtual. But I don't know how to spell Creative Vision. I always mess it up, so I don't know how to tell. I don't know how to Google.
Creativation. Creativation.
I'm gonna need you to do that then again. CREAtivation.
Ativation.
There it is. Creativation. Anyway, you can keep going. I'm gonna look for this date.
So Creativation is in Columbus, Ohio, and it is pretty dang big, at least the last time that we went. When we went, it was in Phoenix, Phoenix. I was about to say Ohio again. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. That's the first time I ever went to Phoenix. And
It
first
was
time I ever went
nice.
to Arizona. First time I ever went to the West Coast. Because
Was
we
it?
didn't go to Disneyland until after that.
Then it was in January
Mhm.
because we went in February with them.
So, yeah, so anyway, Yeah, it was like awesome, man. Like I mean, first Arizona, it was kind of interesting because it was very where we were in Phoenix was very college centric, and I don't know if they just like weren't in class at the time or something, whatever. But remember, it was like very. It was almost like nobody lived there. Like it was almost like the town. It was
Yes.
like the city was built
So
last week.
quiet. Yes, everything
Everything
looked
was brand new. The
new.
streets were new. The trolleys were new. The buildings were new. There was no graffiti. There was no
No
litter.
graffiti at
All they
all.
had all them little scooter go-ped things, but they weren't like tossed on every corner like they are in like LA and stuff,
And
which I found
Philly.
out months later. Um, and I was just like overall impressed with like the aesthetic of the city. It was just like super super clean looking. And at night had all the bars and stuff, which I didn't go to because I don't drink and I don't really like stay up late. But we saw them. We got to walk past them and stuff. Remember all the strips for the bars? You could just tell very much that like at night it's a
It
college
gets
town and
party.
popping.
We're old, so we were in bed.
But Creativation itself was at the expo center there, and it was huge. They had all kinds of classes. We went as um, we were just members, right? We just went as members.
It was January 16th, by the way. I could not that was relevant, but I couldn't stop until I figured it out. But yes, we just went as you got to take like little workshops, remember?
Mm-hmm. We did classes in the mornings.
They were good too.
Yeah, and they were like all kinds of different types of classes. So
Social
like
media
on
we
how to
took.
do social media marketing and how to like build your brand.
Yes.
And one thing that I thought was the coolest, and I have a lot of actually pictures on my phone still of it, was they had an artist there. Now, like it's Creativation. You would think that there's all kinds of different artists and stuff there, and there is. And the one person that they had, their talent was like making like the memory board things or whatever,
That's what I was
or
hoping
like a
you were
flow
gonna
chart, like a
say.
flow chart essentially
I'm glad you're talking
with
about
like
that.
artwork. So they had this big giant easel
It was
in the back of the
huge.
room to be able to draw with Sharpie markers, like colored Sharpie markers, and they were taking the whole class presentation and turning it into a flowchart of like artwork and ideas so that you
It was
could
so
just
cool.
look at it and kind of reference it and understand really what you learned in the class in like picture form.
Yeah, it
And
had
it was
like the
happening
bubbles.
real time as the class was happening. And after every class, they put them out into the lobby. So I
Yep.
made a point to, before we left, use like the scan feature on my phone, and I
It was new
took a
back then, the
scan.
scan feature,
Yeah, I was
remember?
stoked. I was like, "Whoa, look, my phone wants to scan it." Um,
The little
and
things in life.
it it was just really awesome. That was something that I was just like, man, you guys really went the extra mile here and found somebody that has like a really cool talent that just like integrates really well with what you're trying to do. But anyway, you have the showroom floor. So the whole point of this is kind of like um a chance for companies to expose what their big ideas and products are going to be for the
I
year
forgot
so
about
that
that.
you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
get other companies to want to carry your stuff. So like Plaid is here, Duncan is here.
My spray paint was there. All I can think about is Color Shot now.
Artistry was
Rust-Oleum.
there. That's actually where we met Artistry.
Yes.
Caesar's
We
there.
won.
Who does the unicorn spit? They had a really
I
cool.
thought they were. I didn't know who owns that. I forget.
Yeah. They had a really cool demo last time though. That's what like drew everyone to their booth.
Oh,
So like
that
you
was a
have an
nightmare.
opportunity. There's like a demo alley and stuff, and we keep getting emails about it. And honestly, I think I'm probably like most vendors, and I think that's why we keep getting emails. Like if I'm gonna do a demo, I'm gonna do it at my booth because I want everyone at my booth. I don't want to draw the attention to an
Somewhere
area
else.
away from my booth. So I think that that's probably failing on their end, and this will go right in hand with us and our design. These are the things that I think about. It's like we'd like to have a demo type section at our expo and stuff
Yeah.
too, but like you want to make sure that you're keeping everybody happy when you're planning all this stuff out.
It's hard trying to keep everyone happy. Sorry, I don't know where that yawn came from.
Oh, good. But
Deep down inside.
we got to go and get everything set up for our booth still. I'm kind of like trial by fire. Like I took all of our stuff that we normally have for displays, which granted it's normally meant to display products to sell, so I probably would have had to have a better idea anyway. But after our last expo that we did last year at TumblrCon was the
I think
last one that we
TumblrCon's
did.
last one.
I threw everything away. I threw it all away.
The cardboard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our display stuff. I mean, it
They were
did a
falling
few
apart.
expos. It was starting to lose its integrity a little bit anyway. But I was like, you know what? I'm fired up. We're going to make everything. And everything's going to be all fresh for next year. And it's going to be great. Well, here we are next year. And I haven't started.
Fresh-ish.
Yeah, I haven't started anything.
So fresh it ain't here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to throw all this together.
It'd be a push, but gotta get it done.
But we're going to get it done. And it's going to be awesome. And I am really excited about it.
You
Because
glitter under your eyebrow.
what else is new? It's just a really, really good way to get yourself out there and get yourself exposed to other businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, one of the things that like Plaid had when we were there last time, I'm sorry, because actually during the pandemic they didn't even have it. They were on hiatus.
Yup.
It was for cosplay. It was a stretchable paint.
Yes.
They had a really cool like samurai suit made out of warbler and stuff there, and they could tell where the market's going and the industry and stuff and the hobbies, and cosplay is just ever growing. And I mean, I love
cosplay so bad.
me and anime. I love it. So that's been one of my favorite things forever. So they had a paint now that like flexes and stuff. I think it was like their FX line or whatever.
That's it. I kept seeing the big F.
Mm-hmm. And that was new that year. So that was like something exciting. And then
Rust-Oleum had the glitter spray
I was gonna
paint
say
that year.
Rust-Oleum had glitter spray paint, and there's a whole bunch of scrapbooking companies.
So
huge.
much scrapbooking. Like I had an idea of how big the scrapbooking company is, of course, like company. I meant to say community is just from seeing the drama on Facebook, because sometimes our craft groups will cross over a few people, and you'll get like a snip of their drama over there in the Craft Book Society, but literally huge. Did not see that coming. Like they think the glitter's full. No, scrapbook paper's full, and I want it all. Also for no reason. I have nothing that I'll probably do with it, but I want them all, like my planner stickers. It's
gonna be really rad, and it's long too. Like it's a week, so it's gonna be something. And I know you're not coming this time, and that was like a kind of a last minute pivot thing, but it's gonna be me.
We didn't even think about Alex.
Me, Patty, and well, yeah, it was like bringing.
It's
Alex.
like, duh,
One
Sarah
of us
will
is gonna
go.
have to watch Alex the whole time, and it's just like that's not helpful to the booth.
No, now I'm
So it's gonna.
She don't give a crap about what we want to do.
me, Patty, Sean, and we're gonna get it done. And I showed everybody the blazers that I ordered to wear there, and they're like.
Patty said she won't drive down with you guys. Are
They're
you sad about that?
But yeah, I'm gonna be colorful.
I can't wait to see your suit jacket.
I can't wait for it comes in on Monday, and it looks like Tommy Lee's blazer in when he plays Two-Face in Batman Forever. If you guys want to like quick reference, it looks a lot like that.
When I asked Patty if she was going, she kind of gave me that look like, all right, but like in the truck or like on an airplane. And I was like, I'll fly you down there. Just go with them, please. She said she'll run your demo stuff too. She'll talk to people. She'll greet people. I was like, for real?
Yeah, so yeah, the demo stuff, like we had the unicorn spit thing. You make a clock. People they set it up at their tables, and it was really smart what they had. Theirs was really fun, and Artist Breeze was the other super fun one. You could make like a heat press keychain with their sublimation markers.
We won their basket.
We did. I won a raffle basket.
You put like a business card at each booth, and then they pulled one for winners.
Yeah, we were stoked to get all that stuff home and like play with it and everything, and then that's how we ended up. Using them in the sub box and stuff. But yeah.
That makes me sad that wasn't the favorite sub box that we've ever done at the Quack Pack. But it was crazy because I don't feel like anyone gave those markers the real time of day, but also on our end, we weren't doing videos yet, which was a big mistake. We should have already had the video done, and that was a big wake up call for us with the Quack Pack that made us start doing the videos. Remember, I think we did it the very next month. And then Caesar came out with the same exact mark. Well, because, they came out with the same markers and everyone loves them. I'm like, are you kidding me right now with you people? You didn't like it when I did it, but you like it when they did it. But they did the right thing with the videos. And I even told Joe from Caesar, like, beautiful video. He did a great video. I was like, I just need, someone to make content like you do for me.
Yeah.
So that was a good learning experience for the sub box though, but I did get some good feedback on it. The markers were so cool. I think they were so cool. You like drew and heat pressed, right? It's been a while since I played with them.
It had the
on paper,
when we were there,
paper.
yeah, but on in our box we had the sleeve. Like
we had both. We had because we had the little
tumbler still.
We still have them, the bookmarks.
Right, the bookmarks, yeah.
It was the bookmarks, a tumbler, and a keychain. There was a keychain. Some people got white and some people got wood. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a little square keychain, the bookmark, and the whole tumbler. So if anyone wants any, hit me up. I got some still.
Yeah.
Great for kids too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should put a kids pack together with that stuff.
Maybe.
But anyway, guess what? I'm almost done with all the I say I'm almost done with all the classroom stuff for the expo, but that's not actually true. But I'm almost done enough that we can get these tickets listed tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is a lot different this year than last year.
Yeah, so like a lot goes into this planning, obviously, with an expo.
I've been in my notebook every single day this week, all night, just studying
even
my stupid
last
schedule.
year, especially obviously the second year you would think would be almost a little bit easier. And I guess in some ways some things are a little easier because we're kind of retracing a couple steps,
Totally.
But it's not a complete rebirth process, but it is an evolution process.
Rebirth.
Yeah. Definitely an evolution process for sure from what we did last year because it's very different. Very similar, but very different. Like learning from mistakes and stuff, and also trying to gauge from our own experiences because we've been on both sides of the fence with an expo, and I feel like that's unique. And there's three sides with our types of expos. There's teaching classes, which we have both taught classes at expos. There is vendoring at expos, which we have both vendored at expos, and there is hosting and throwing the expo, which we have both hosted and thrown an expo.
Yes, we did.
So we have a very unique perspective in being on all sides of it and kind of understanding the complaints that we field and knowing like what's really important and what's maybe a little less important to be able to navigate it all, because you can't make it all happen,
No.
You can't fix everything. There is no perfect mold because everybody's looking for something a little different. Some people want more shopping, some people want more classes, some
and
people
even the
want
shopping
location.
was a thing. They want this kind of shopping, they want that kind of shopping.
Yep. Yeah, some people want to be able to buy
Lamps.
the products in hand that they see on the store, like glitter and stuff. But other people want to be able to buy like maker-made stuff.
Ooh, maker-made. I like that.
That's trademarked. I can't say that as like brand stuff, but I do like saying it out loud.
Is it trademarked?
Yeah, maker-made is who makes my CNC machine.
Oh, I like the name.
But yeah, so one of the things that we talked about specifically is the vendor side, and that's something that's really hard to navigate, like because you want to be able to have everybody accessible to shopping, and you want all your vendors to have a ton of like open time for traffic to shop.
Correct.
But when you have classes, you're taking a lot of the shoppers and you're locking them behind closed doors.
Yes.
If they're in class, they can't shop. And if classes run the entirety of the day,
which they're
not shopping. And then by the time they're out of class, then it's like, okay, well, they get lunch breaks or they get these breaks and they can shop on their breaks. So then as a vendor, you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs the whole time. And that gets obnoxious, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And exhausting. And especially if we're hosting it somewhere that's generally fun, which is what we did this time.
Yeah.
So, like, me personally, if I was a vendor, you know, fortunately I'm not this time. Not, like, fortunately, but I mean, like...
Technically, you are a vendor.
Yeah, I
Someone
was
else
gonna
should just
say,
be
I am a
doing your
vendor.
vending.
I don't know, I'm like all the things other than a teacher this time. But,
You want to be?
no.
That was quick. I ain't got room for you anyway.
It's the pressure of, like... There's a lazy river right next to me. There's a beach out there. It's probably going to be a beautiful summer day. Like, there's the boardwalk to go walk and have a slice of pizza and some funnel cake or whatever.
I want
Fight
a
some
slice
seagulls.
of pizza and funnel cake now. Fight seagulls.
I'll tell you, you're going to
Is
have
there
to.
another
If
option?
you have a slice of pizza and funnel cake like this...
Don't eat it
On
like
the
this. No one
boardwalk.
eat it like this. Not one person
You're gonna
do
be
that.
fighting
Do
seagulls.
not do what Jason's doing.
Yeah.
It's a strange way to eat your pizza and
That's what I'm saying.
cake.
You're just trying to get through the crowd. No, you're just trying to get through the crowd. Excuse me.
That's the Craft Expo crowd.
I don't want to get that powdered sugar on my Two-Face blazer.
He's navigating through the crowd of the Craft Expo. That's how many people are going to be there. Which I do think so I've been talking to a lot of people though, because you know me, I'm like a little butterfly this year, and I think the turnout for the regular just tickets, people not only just taking classes, is going to be big.
No, it's exciting because, like
Atlantic
I said,
City was a good call.
we made it so that last year that was something to learn from. It was the location. If we
Not
could
a
have
bad
it,
one, but
yeah, it wasn't a bad location. It
Just
wasn't a bad
wasn't the
location by
best.
any means. It was a traditional expo location. It's literally a convention center, and it's just very square. It's very white walls. It's very
And Oaks is just
the
a
things
weird
that I
area.
generally don't really like in a store and stuff. I've talked about on recordings tons of times. I just hate, it's like devoid of anything creative. It drives me nuts. Being oceanfront and having all the color of like the beach and having just literally the color when you get closer to the beach towns, period. Anybody that isn't familiar with like a beach town, it's just way more colorful.
I can
like,
smell it
is
already.
Pastel-y. It's very like there's a lot of aquas and bright colors. Love it.
It's my
Love it.
favorite.
Yeah.
I want a house down there, but you won't let me.
It's very unlike what
Not
it is
in Atlantic
outside
City,
right
though.
now. It's like gray. It's very gray out right now. I hate it.
It's a
But
bad
that's
day.
it's where I wanted to have the expo, you know? Like I want people to just like want to have fun and want to make art and just feel inspired while you're there.
We'll be down by the water.
Yep. Maybe we
Literally,
can do
Expo, boardwalk.
Man, wouldn't that be cool if we
beach.
could do a class on the beach?
Yeah, because the state of New Jersey is so open to things like that. They're probably writing up paperwork as we speak to get us off the beach.
No.
Don't
they're-
bring that
they
shit
just
down
want
here.
Permits. They just want more and more permits.
Yeah, the glitter permit.
Like, guys, can we do you mind if we paint the sunset on the beach? Yeah, that's just gonna be $500 a person in permits.
And you have to wait 8 to 12 weeks for them to come back. I was going to say something much longer. 8 to 12 weeks isn't that bad. That's like a passport.
But something else that we learned from, I think, was class size, maybe?
No, our class sizes are the same.
They were 40 last time.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
See, that's how far out I wasn't planning. I
I'm
wasn't
like-
even paying attention.
I'm like, definitely not the same. No, 40 was too much.
Yeah. It wasn't bad, but personally, I just think smaller classes, especially for those that want to speak up, but they're a little bit quieter and they just don't want to speak over the masses. Now they only have 24 other people to speak up over.
And you physically have to, so that you have working space. It's not like a 40-person seminar. It's a 40-person classroom. So you need workspace for 40 people. So now you're spreading everyone out and it's just not as personable. Like
No.
physically, unless I'm making a 360 crafting room and the person's in the middle spinning in circles the whole time, it's just not great because somebody's got to be in the back.
Yeah.
And that's not just, we wanted it to be a lot more personable. So, and then you end up having to have cameras and everything, which we're going to have cameras either way, but then you're relying on the cameras to see.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're in the back of a class of 40, you have no clue what they're doing. Like,
No.
just by looking up there. And then at that point, other than being able to just talk, you're kind of taking away the draw of learning in person a little bit because you're not really getting to see a whole lot of it. You know, I'm sure there's an overhead camera in most cases. Almost everybody has the overhead camera thing, but guess what? There's an overhead camera on YouTube too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can just do the overhead camera thing on YouTube. So I just want I
I'm
want everyone to
excited.
be able to just kind of, you know, a little bit homier. That's all. And the classroom setups are really cool too. Like the place, man, videos. I'm pretty sure that we're before this thing even ran that we can run the ad or something. We shot
Run
an
the
ad.
ad.
Run the ad. With Chris.
Now that we're back.
Last
Is
summer.
that how that works?
Yeah. Boom, and we're back. But it was everything about that place so artistically perfect. Like it's crazy. Whoever it was definitely artists that like designed the place, you know what I mean? Like the manor room where we're having some of the classrooms, the whole place, the ceilings painted like clouds in the sky. The place is supposed to look like I think like Venice or something like that.
Oh yeah. Like yeah.
It's and then when you get down further to where the stage is and everything, then you're in the bourbon room and it's like it's like Louisiana, it's like Bourbon Street and everything
Correct.
like that. So the whole aesthetic of Showboat itself, literally night and day, 180 degrees from Oaks, totally different vibe,
Yes.
and that's just like way more what I was aiming for.
I'm excited. I started our staffing list on Monday, so we can get some of that organized. Because that was one of the things last year that I hated is that we were so unorganized with everyone. There was always someone like standing around like, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, I definitely don't know what you're supposed to be doing. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just floating around. And then there was people that we had too many people at one area and not enough at this area,
Yep.
and then we didn't even think about breaks. We were just like, listen, figure it out because I'm going over there to put out some fires. Just figure it out, everyone. Not this year. This year I already got some people and names put to different jobs, different job titles that I need to put names to. So we got lots of things to go over later on. We're going to have some fun, but I'm excited about it because it's like, I like lists. I like notebooks. I love organization. I'm excited.
It's just really kind of fun to see it all come together and just like as you start getting like boxes checked, you know, even though like you said, there's still more work to be done with the classes, but it's like it's putting together specifics,
Now I get to
you know,
buy
and the
stuff
details.
for the
Yeah, I mean honestly
bags.
it's kind of the fun part. It's like
I
now
can't
you
wait.
get to start spending a little shopping.
I've
You
been
get to do
building
your
shopping lists for Jason and giving him listings and stuff, and I'm like, get me all this stuff. And I'm telling you guys, that list is huge. I want to buy all the things for everyone, and I'm really excited. So if we can just get some tickets sold, I could start buying everyone all the things.
We got all
These swag bags are gonna be stuffed.
all the teachers are nailed down now.
We got a really good roster. I'm really impressed by our roster. I'm really excited, and I've been working very closely with all of these teachers, especially this week. I mean, you know me, I say out loud that I'm not a phone person, but I'm absolutely a phone person. As soon as I get that phone call, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just take that real quick. So I've been on the phone with all the teachers this week too, just hammering out things, talking about all their concerns. It's really cool.
I know
I'm
we're
excited.
gonna be bringing
Everyone's
on-
excited.
We're gonna be bringing a lot of the teachers on. We're gonna try
Yeah.
and go through all of them.
We should.
So
Well, two of them are
actually help a
duos.
lot with the guests and everything.
We got 2 duos on our roster.
We do. So
2 really good duos. I like
I'm gonna go
them.
through the teachers that we have for this year. So we have the Misfit Makers, Jerry Bates and Jessica Reich, and they're doing their little tour thing too. Right
Oh,
now,
yeah, right
they're
now.
gonna be here in that's April.
That last weekend of April, they're going to Texas as we speak. They're both getting on a plane.
Yeah, they're on
And
their
I'm
way
not.
to Texas. Sarah was supposed to be going, but she's gonna stay home for once.
Because I love you.
And we have Misty Leonard is teaching.
I've always been a big fan of her, so I'm really excited. She's definitely a crafter that I remember from the first day that I started beginning. So she's been around for a minute.
Yep. We have Taylor Duncan
Always a
coming
fan
back.
favorite of ours and everyone else's. He's great.
Taylor does airbrushing.
His class is going to be bomb, and I've been working close with him on the airbrush that we're going to try to get. He's going to do some what do you call it? Airbrush. I can't remember the word that he used. I wrote it down though. The little how-tos.
How-tos. Katie Price.
A new teacher this year, very exciting.
Yep. Katie does.
She's a good teacher.
She's thorough. Katie's
Yes,
very thorough.
very much so. She's going to have a good class, and she's really excited about her pens.
We got Nikki Hamilton.
Always a fantastic teacher. If you've ever had the pleasure with her,
I
even
mean,
listening
technically
to
we
her.
already had her on the show, but we'll probably have her back so that she can talk about. Her
Promise to
class
give
and
her a
everything.
better heads up of what's going to happen on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
on the call.
Yeah, we'll make sure that her audio doesn't cut in and out the whole time too.
Yep.
Lauren Quigley.
Super excited. She's super excited. She's going to be a really good class. She wanted to swap hers into 2 smaller classes instead of doing 2 and 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gonna do 2 smaller classes, and
Because so far all the other teachers you named are doing 2 cups each.
Crafty Guys.
Love them.
Theirs is the only one that's not gonna be Tumblr class, right?
Correct. They're doing the shelf sitters, John called it. Because I was like, what are we going to call it? Like, on my live on Tuesday, I'm like, wall decor? But also that sounds like meh. And he's like, shelf sitters. Addicted. Love it. Shelf sitters they are.
All right.
You can also hang it on your wall.
And then Jessica Flynn is coming
Yes.
back.
She's always another fan favorite. She's a great teacher. She's a great personality, too. She's very sweet.
Yep. Super excited. I'm excited for everybody. I think it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be, I don't even think I mentioned it, but I mean, the information's out there. August 11th to 13th this year.
At the
We
show.
did a little bit of week shifting around so that's another thing to navigate. You know, there's a new expo popping up every other day now.
It really is.
So you just got to kind of make sure that your schedule jives with everybody else's schedule.
Which we had to change ours because ours is usually in June. And then Nikki, she gave us a heads up super early. She told us at TumblrCon last year that she was taking a June date because she knew we were in June. She didn't want it to interfere, but the convention hall screwed her over. They gave her date away so early.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the things that like you can't avoid,
And
know?
she couldn't control.
And that's the struggle because it's
I'm so glad we pushed it back.
scheduling is absolutely the biggest struggle because you're not first you start with when the expo can happen, right? Like you're like, okay, versus everybody else's expos, where does this work? And then it's not just okay, well, I can't avoid everybody's expo.
No.
So now I need to avoid the ones that might potentially be utilizing or trying to utilize the same teachers as me.
And our own schedule, which is
Or-
crazy.
Yeah.
Outside of the
or
expo.
ones that I might have to be participating in or
Correct.
you might have to be participating in or like there's so
So
many different
much.
sides to it. And all of our helpers and stuff because it's generally in the summer and when do people go on vacation in the summer and stuff.
Apparently
so
kids are going back to school in August in other states. I'm like, what?
So I got to make sure that I have help, that we have the staff to be able to run the thing.
Yeah.
So it's
going to be bomb.
It's going to be amazing though because we put a lot of effort into this guy. We put
Why does it have to be a guy?
Into it.
Is it weird if you... I guess it's weird if you say into this girl.
And it's John.
In this John. There it is. Oh, wait. So, what was my status the other day? Oh, it was talking about the @ thing in the groups, asking people, like, can you please look at my post because Facebook has not been showing my post. So I kept calling it the @ John. And 2 people said they had to Google that word. For the record, John is anything.
Yeah, it's
A person,
noun.
place, or thing.
It's a noun for anything.
I was going to say noun, but at the last second, I'm like, I don't want to be wrong and sound stupid on my own podcast. But yeah, it could be anything. It could be a girl, a place, a river, a woulda.
I don't have anything else for expo stuff.
I got tons, but nothing I feel like I've gone long enough.
But you got Twisted Teas for me today?
I don't even remember what the Twisted Teas were.
Oh.
Also, we're not going to have the links because I saved... Oh, wait, I think I bookmarked the links. Holy crap, who am I? I don't know how to find
Oh, so you do have them.
Yeah, I forget what they are So we're
Didn't
doing
that
this.
sound like she didn't have them?
I'm sorry. I hear it back
I
now.
was like, oh, I guess we're done then.
Right.
No, I'm
She forgot them because it's been so long.
I'm playing it back in my head now, and I hear what you heard, but that's not what I meant. I just meant we're both in for a treat because I don't even remember what these are. Little twisted tea. So when I looked up the twisted tea for last week, but we didn't get to it, I was trying to find twisted craft tea. And I was like, someone in the crafting community, whether it be any kind of craft it is, has to have some kind of wild story that I could talk about. And I didn't really find one per se, but I found some leads, and your girl is going to be on Reddit for a while, finding all the good stuff. Because I know a lot of the scrapbook and stuff came up first, but I don't think that everyone needs... Oh, you know what? Everyone can see my doodles. My nervous doodles. All right. Oh, this is a good one. The tragic collapse of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. You know how much I love bridges. Oh wait, I didn't actually read this story first. This was a long time ago. I don't know why this came up on my search, but that's okay. On May 9th, 1980, 35 people traveling southbound across the Sunshine Skyway Bridge died after plunging into Tampa Bay. See, I told you that can really happen, and here it is, 35 people, and you tell me that it can't happen, but it did. I bet you this is not the... Well, I bet you that there's other bridge collapses, but anyway. Unaware that the structure had partially collapsed after being struck by a ship only moments before, also can't control that, ships are always in the water. One man survived the incident after a 1,400-foot piece of concrete roadway fell 150 feet into the water along with 8 vehicles, including a bus. And only one person survived. Leading up to the tragic event, the weather that morning was treacherous. It was pouring rain, wind gusts hit speeds of 90 miles per hour, and there was zero visibility at 7:30 a.m. It was also rush hour. It goes off to tell you all about the ship and stuff, but I think we got the gist of that one. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, though. And that happens all the time. Zero visibility. It's foggy right this second. No one crossed any bridges.
My condolences to the people of 1980.
I'm going to find you one that's not in 1980. Oh, that's still going, the aftermath. Maybe we'll save that for another one. This is a fun one. Bones in Viking burial ground. Did I say that? Burial?
Sure.
Burial. Grounds suggest they loved their pets. More than 1,000 years ago, Vikings sailed west towards England with their pets on board their ships, according to a new study published in the journal PLOS1, and when they died, the Vikings built a massive funeral... I don't know how to say that word. I really want to, and I know that's a word I've said before. Pyre. Pyre. The Y threw me off. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to pronounce that? Cremated the animals alongside their human companions and inherited the remains in the same burial mounds. I know I'm saying burial weird, but it's because that you really wants me to pronounce it that way. Together in life and death, researchers examined Heath Wood, a cremation ceremony in central England, and uncovered animal and human remains dating back to the 9th century AD. The Vikings put the human remains into a giant funeral pyre. I cannot say that word. And set it on fire before raking the remains and removing pieces of bone. Lead author Tessa Loffelman told Live Science. In here somewhere, I know I saw it was a weird animal that they had. I thought it was like a goat, but maybe it wasn't. I feel like that story was more interesting in my head, but I think I got better ones. The animals could have been used for transportation, food, and companionship. There may have also been other types of animals in the burial mounds, but it can be challenging to identify them in cremation graves. Oh, I bet that is a little challenging. Dig a little deeper. Oh, here it is. Lawfulman explained, I think that the horse and the dog certainly were companions, but am less sure about the rest of the animals, she said. I was going to say horse, but I didn't want to be wrong. I don't know why I went with what I went. We know that animals were intricately woven. I'm having a good time with these words today. Into the mythology of Scandinavia at the time. So it was horses. And I don't know why I thought that was weird. I guess they do ride them around. I just thought it was cool because I like the Viking stuff. Oh, here's a good one. This one is kind of funny.
I
If
thought
I
it was
haven't
just
bored,
interesting that whole story, they were like, you know what? I think Vikings like their dogs and their horses. Let's write an entire story about it.
oh, and that was like, I mean,
Like, who does not like dogs and
2 whole
horses?
pages of it too.
Other than maybe, like, nobody. Nobody doesn't like dogs and horses.
If I haven't bored everyone to death. As you can see though, these are still kind of like I lost that word real quick that I wanted to relevant to us because me got a fear of bridges. Also like the Vikings, and this one's a little bit because it's about eating meat or not eating meat. PETA offers to pay for Oscar Mayer
Jesus.
Wienermobile's stolen catalytic converter if it becomes vegan mobile. Now this is also funny because right now you can't keep your catalytic converter in your car in Philadelphia. They're coming for them in vans.
Literally wrapping them.
Let
in
me get
barbed
that
wire.
catalytic. I didn't realize that they're so easy to take off. I mean, I couldn't take
They're
them
not.
off.
You need a grinder.
Oh yeah, that's right. Saw that on the news. Days after reports surfaced of a catalytic converter theft involving an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile in Las Vegas, PETA has offered to pay for the replacement part and maintenance for 1 year if the company converts the vehicle to a vegan hot dog mobile. Does Oscar Mayer even have a vegan hot dog? President Ingrid Newkirk made the offer to Carla, I'm not saying all these names, Executive Vice President and President of the Kraft Heinz Company. Oh, I didn't know that Kraft Heinz owned Oscar Mayer. I guess that makes sense. In the letter sent Thursday, blah, blah, blah. She noted that her recommendation comes at a time when demand for vegan hot dogs is rising, adding that the global market for plant-based hot dogs grew by 20% last year and is projected to reach a market value of $1.99 billion by 2032, which is kind of really far away. But I guess you have to broaden it like that when you're talking about vegan hot dogs, because I don't even want non-vegan hot dogs.
I mean, if you told me, I don't know why I checked my watch for the year.
Because I talk a lot.
But if you told me that in 2032, which is what, 30, a little less than 30 years away? Or no, wait, what? 10 years? My brain.
Yeah.
That's why I checked my watch. Thank you.
For your brain.
Yes. So if you told me in a little less than 10 years I can have any sorts of billions of dollars, it's not that far away.
This one I think you'll like too.
It's not that far.
Here's my last
That's
one.
pretty dang close, actually.
So my last one starts, pet fish leaks owner's credit card data during live stream. A Japanese gamer with nearly 100,000 subscribers on YouTube had his credit card compromised after his pet fish used it without his permission and revealed the secure data to viewers during a live stream event. I'm not even going to try that. What's this person's name? You see where my thumb is?
Known as Mutakamaru.
Yeah, say it again.
Mutakamaru.
I like it when you say Japanese things. The live streamer's channel is popular because they use a handful of fish to play video games. Have you met this man? Have you seen this video game fish playing person?
No.
Wondering how it works exactly? So are we. How can fish play video games? The YouTuber rigged up a system that allows the betta fish, I'm not pronouncing anything
Beta?
right today, to play Pokemon games on a Nintendo Switch. The fish tank is set up with sensors that act as buttons on, insert his name there, gaming device, according to UPI. When the fish swim in front of one of the sensors, a webcam records the selection and sends the results to the game, which tells the character which way to move or how to make decisions. It's pretty impressive. During a previous attempt at playing Pokemon Sapphire, the fish beat the game and shared the video garnered more than 450,000 views. However, while the fish played Pokemon Violet during a live stream, after over 1,000 hours of play, the game glitched and the Nintendo Switch defaulted to its home screen. A fish, however, kept doing its thing and inadvertently opened up the Nintendo eShop where it purchased $4 worth of points and its owner's credit card. Unfortunately, the credit card information was exposed on the live stream to the live stream audience. A caption in a breakdown video of the event notes, "This is the world's first shocking video of a pet fish making a purchase with its owner's credit card." Something smells a little fishy. But that was just the beginning of the fish's exploits. In addition, the clever creature downloaded an app to the to play Nintendo 64 games. It then proceeded to 1, spend reward currency on a new avatar, 2, ask for a confirmation email from PayPal, and 3, change the name of his account to rah 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 rah. It's ROWAWAWAWAW. Either the fish had some good luck or it was a little devious because it turned off the Switch console before its owner even knew what had occurred. Well, they eventually found out. That person contacted Nintendo and explained the situation, and the company gave him a refund. Viewers appeared to enjoy the fish's shenanigans, and one person commented, "Sorry to hear about the fish on the shopping spree. I hope it got a good talking to about responsibilities and spending money."
See, you closed with a goodie. That was a good
I saved that one for you.
And
if I haven't bored everyone to death with my bridge story.
When I hear stories about things like that, it makes me really, really wonder.
Don't leave your fish alone for 1,000 hours.
Why we haven't cured cancer yet. Why we don't have
they've been
an
done
eternal
that.
source of energy.
They've been known that.
I mean,
They ain't gonna tell us.
We got fish that play video games. So, we can really solve some real world problems here. I'm positive.
That fish just kept going, hitting buttons with its little sensors.
Yeah, this dude was bored, and now fish play video games. So, imagine if he was focused up. You know what I mean? This.
He's just sitting collecting that YouTube check.
Somebody put this man on retainer immediately.
He's just collecting that YouTube check, and his fish is just going back and forth, doing his little beta thing.
Genius.
We don't have any fishes, and we don't even have, and if they did, they just kill themselves. And that's not a joke. Our fish literally killed itself.
Damn, I just figured out that dude's fish, guaranteed,
jumped right out of the tank,
is going to have more views than I'm ever going to have.
That's not true. That is a lot of views. That's a lot of views for a fish. I hope he didn't stream the whole 1,000 hours.
Did it say?
The one was 450,000.
Yeah, that's
of him playing Pokemon Sapphire.
That's so many views.
And yes, 450,000 views. They didn't say the views for the Pokemon Sapphire. That was a good one, right?
That was rad. I enjoyed it. All right. Next week, I'm gonna have time to actually think about what we'll talk about. I don't think it was irrelevant this week, but
it's super relevant because tickets go on sale tomorrow, which of course they'll already be on sale by the time everyone gets to hear this. So hopefully they'll run back to the Great American Craft Expo.com, buy lots of tickets.
I know. I just don't like selling
Insert
things
ad
on
here.
the podcast.
Buy tickets for your fish.
Yep, fishes are welcome. We'll make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if your fish plays video games. I'll comp that ticket.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You might have to prove it to me first. Send a video.
Don't go trying to get refunds saying that your fish bought the ticket though, because I'm not Nintendo. I'm not going for it.
No, I won't buy that one. Get it? Little
right.
fishes.
You got anything else, or are we just gonna wrap her up and?
It's a loaded question because I could probably sit here and talk forever. So you probably might want to make that call.
You're usually the one that is yelling at me and saying that we got to get things going.
Yeah, but now I'm trying to be sneaky and just pull it out so that Patty has to go drive to the airport and get her parents, and I don't. I feel like she should anyway.
Your parents are about to land.
I had another question. I was wondering if these microphones, and it probably not, picks up the damn geese outside, because that's all, till about 5 minutes ago, that's all I could hear is the damn geese outside. They're going to be mean this year, I know it. Can end on that note. Mean geese right outside my door. Geese. I'm not going to be able to spray paint anymore. If I go out there and spray paint, and they've already laid their eggs, they look at me like, you better get back in that door where you came from, because I'm going to hurt you. And then I do, because I'm not going to get hurt by a goose.
Yeah, it's 9:30. Michael should be open, so we should wrap it up anyway. I gotta be off.
For the record, you guys have over 500,000 views, so you already have more than that fish.
We got more than that fish!
She has that many views.
Oh, you meant you individual? Okay.
I've been seeing more than a beta fish that plays Pokemon Sapphire.
If one
Thank
of
you for
my
that, Chris.
if one of my video tutorials gets that many views, then I'll change my. I don't think that I'll ever have a fish's draw to YouTube.
Do something interesting, like play Pokemon Sapphire. I literally watch you play video games all the time. Why aren't you playing them for other people's? You just play them for your headset crew.
Mm-hmm.
They do that. They play it. They'll stream to each other, and then you could just go watch him play while you're talking. You can play the other game.
Once Riot Games wants to start paying me money, then I'll start streaming.
They pay other people. They put them in the house. They live together, right? That's the whole thing. They do like the video game house in California.
I'm not.
You're not dedicated. You don't even care. You don't even care about video games.
You let me stay home and grind the ladder, and I'll be if I can get to master tier, then I'll start streaming.
Pay your bills, and you could do whatever you want, sir. I've never told you what you can and can't do. Well, I told you what you can't do, but
All right,
I guess we're done on that one,
let's
huh?
get back to work.
Watch this video so Jason can get more views than a fish. Would it count if we're both in it?
We're making tea, and when
Probably.
making tea, always bring the pot to the kettle and never bring the kettle to the pot.
Now, pour the tea.